When the Creator was young, he dreamed of crafting the universe. He began his work, but knew he could not build it alone, and, at creation, parts were left in fragments. The planet Earth, for instance, had no night. Its oceans had no tides. There was no puff of wind to cool the summers, no gusts to twirl the falling leaves in autumn. Its inhabitants complained to one another. They prayed to the Creator to give them a time to sleep, for dancing seas and for the gift of the wind in all its many moods. The Creator heard their prayers and complaints, but though young, he was tired. His eyes grew heavy, and his imagination had reached its limits. With all eternity before him, he had already grown bored of his great project. As the Creator pondered how to make his creatures happy, the great Corvid of the sky flew high above all the suns and all the planets. Here in his wisdom, the Creator had a thought. With a voice of 1,000 whales in chorus, the Creator called to the mighty crow. Circling back, the great Corvid came to perch on the horizon of the Creator's outstretched arm. Said the Creator,
"To where were you flying, magnificent bird?"
"To fetch food for my children, my beloved young lord."
"My pride and creation. So far and so high?"
"I know of no better place for sustenant fare. My children are hungry, and succulent bounties lay there."
"Oh, those celestial regions are too cold and too far."
"And where might you suggest, wisest sage of all?"
"On yonder blue planet, filled up with life."
As the Creator pointed, the great Corvid bent at the neck and let out a shrill, for in all her years she had not seen this sphere, and in all the exchanges with her Maker, he had never mentioned it before.
"'Tis a beautiful orb, dear sir, to be sure, though small. My children are many, and their needs be great."
"Of this I'm aware, great Corvid. For though all my creations are pleasing, not one is complete. Each among you have needs, and that planet has much to offer. Its nourishments know no end. Trust in this, and you'll never want. Your children will fly in the azure expanse, hunt the fertile greenness, and slumber in the loftiest trees when finally content."
"And what, life's sweet architect, is the price for all this wonder?"
"Only see to the needs of those that dwell there. Repay them, dark angel, with gifts of your own."
"But what shall I give them?"
"Give them the night, give them the tides, and give them the wind."
"And how shall I provide these for them?"
"This I leave to you, great crow."
The great Corvid considered this proposal for so long a time that the Creator began to slumber. At length she had but one more question, and woke the youthful Maker with a peck at his arm.
"Have you an answer, my avian thinker?"
"I have one question last. My fledglings can live there, but what about I? My size is too great to share in that space."
"Ah, around that earth floats a moon, and yours alone it shall be. You can watch all your children as they flutter with glee. You will be near them, you will have solace. You will gather your nests from the comets and stars."
"Then this contract I accept, though some thought I must take, in devising of how best to provide that earth for its wants."
The Creator smiled, and the galaxy expanded anew. He gave a knowing nod and answered,
"Beloved Corvid, you have all you need. Gaze on thy wings, thy stretching feathered limbs. And now that I've rested, I must pray take my leave to meet with my other creations. The universe is incomplete. To finish, I only have all of time, and that is not enough."
With this, the Creator gave a gentle shake of his arm, and great Corvid let go her talons and leapt to the sky. Treading in the cosmos, she watched as the Creator departed, fiery comets at his feet. Alone among the stars, she looked down upon the planet Earth with her keen huntress eyes.
Wind, night, and tide. Yes, I see I am needed to bring them these things. I thought of my beak, I thought of my feet, but the Creator has shown me the answers my wings.
She took a deep breath and expanded her breast. She stretched out her wings to their greatest extent. These shaded the planet from the red-gazing sun, and this was the night. Great Corvid next flapped her feathered branches and shook stardust about the sky. The wave of her wings pushed air to the earth, and the planet started to spin. Great Corvid flapped for a breeze and fluttered for a gust, and these were the moods of the wind. When it was time to rest, she took a crater in the moon as her nest, laying her head in the soft powders there. As she fell asleep, she watched her fledglings flitter about the bounteous earth, and thus her dreams were so deep and full of peace that they tilted the moon till it pulled at the seas, and these were the tides.